Welcome to the Geeky Investor, where stocks talk and we translate. Today, we're going to be discussing Tesla's Robotaxi, or Tesla's full self-driving FSD, and its recent updates and how it's impacting the stock. And now, before we begin, I'd just like to show you what Tesla's FSD is. Of course, we all know that Tesla's full self-driving is the prior version of the Robotaxi. The Robotaxi is whereby the car drives itself without any human intervention. And we can see here on Tesla's website, this is an example of the Robotaxi where, the car is just driving itself without any driver, and it's doing everything by itself. Now, here we say that in under 3 months, Tesla has scaled its Robotaxi service from a single block in Austin to 3 major areas: Austin, San Francisco, and Arizona. And we'll see how the rate of progress within how many months and how fast this is expanding. So Tesla's unconventional neural network approach to autonomy allows far faster scaling than other competitors like Waymo and Zoox from Amazon. Now, we know that Tesla is using, vision and cameras as compared to Waymo, which is using the LiDAR, or that radar that's above the car. So that's a significant difference as compared between Tesla and Waymo and Zoox. Although this might be a bit more difficult initially, if you get this right, theories say that this would be scalable much faster as compared to Waymo, because you're just kind of using the neural network, like the brain, and the vision or the eyes of the Tesla Robotaxi cars. So every Robotaxi trip, as of right now, still requires a human safety driver monitor, meaning that the service is not yet fully autonomous, although the car is fully driving itself, and we've all seen videos of that online on YouTube. So we can see here that Tesla gets permit for ride-hailing service as of November 19, 2025, and it goes on to say here, I'll be zooming. So CEO Elon Musk has said that the company would operate Robotaxi in 8 to 10 metro areas by the end of the year, and so far it's been in around 3 areas. So hopefully things will continue, but it's progressing at a right scale, because as we all know, Tesla's Robotaxi has started in almost June or July 2025. So within less than 6 months, we've seen Tesla expand its countries, its reach to 3 cities or 3 areas within the United States. And as we mentioned them here, they are Austin, San Francisco, and Arizona. And moreover, it's not just expanding to other cities, Austin, San Francisco, and Arizona, but it's also within the same city, it's expanding the area that it's covered by the Robotaxi. Because as of right now, the Robotaxi is not serving all of the Austin city, but it's serving part of the Austin city. The same goes for San Francisco and Arizona, but this area that is covered is becoming more and more expanded at a faster scale as compared to before. So Tesla aims to eventually take the drivers and monitors out of the vehicle, and Elon Musk, CEO, has said that by the end of the year they hope to do that at least in one area, and I'll show you the evidence for that in Tesla's Q3 2025 earnings call. So if we look at the Tesla's website here, and we keep scrolling down, you can see here how the Tesla is driving itself. This is like the Robotaxi. This is very similar to Tesla's FSD, Tesla's supervised full self-driving version. The driver is just sitting there. They're looking at the way, but they're not intervening whatsoever, and it's very smooth. If you look at the drives that has been posted on YouTube, they are awesome. The same goes here. If you look at this, oh my God, I mean, if I was driving there, maybe it would have been an accident. It was really difficult, but if you see how Tesla is really handling this very nicely, oh my God, you see that? All right, that's awesome. Okay, if we go down here, so the miles that are driven by Tesla's full self-driving is almost 6.5 billion miles so far. And we all know that CEO Elon Musk has said when Tesla's full self-driving miles reach 10 billion, it is expected that it would be at a very global stage by that time. Global meaning, significantly there in Europe, in China, and in other countries like Australia and others. So it is Tesla's full self-driving supervised is 7 times safer as compared to the basic human driver. And because we've seen the miles driven using the full self-driving is way more as compared to the regular human driver. So for example, a regular human driver drives on average 1,000 miles to get a collision, while Tesla's full self-driving needs 7,000 miles to get the same collision. So that's very significant, and we see that it's in 6 countries and counting, and actually as of today it's 7 countries, and I'll show you which countries those are. So we see just 5 days ago in November 2023, Tesla's full self-driving has expanded to other countries. So this marks, so here the Tesla's full self-driving has expanded to another country, so South Korea. That's just a couple of days ago. This marks the 7th country. So now we have 7 countries in which Tesla's full self-driving, not Robotaxi. At the beginning, we were talking about Robotaxi in 3 metropolitan areas within the United States. That's the Robotaxi, which does not require a human driver at the driver's seat. But then you've got the full self-driving, which is expanding into other countries. So we have now the United States with Puerto Rico. That's the first one. Canada, second. China, and that's really awesome. And we can see, guys, with China, it's divided into 2 stages. Early FSD, and then there is the wide adoption of FSD. So far, China is within the early stage of adoption of the FSD. And we can see from Q3 2025, CEO Elon Musk has said that the wide adoption of China's FSD is expected within January or February 2026. So that's the wide regulatory approval. So far, it's still limited, but it's doing well. And then we have Mexico, the 4th country, Australia, 5. Sorry for that. So Australia, so Australia as the 5th country, and then we have New Zealand, that's the 6th, and the 7th we have South Korea, and that is really, really awesome, guys. So now we have 7 countries in which Tesla's FSD is operating, and the scale and the movement that it's working at, the fast is just it is so fast. So now Australia and New Zealand within the past 3 months. So within 3 months you're getting 2 to 3 countries, while Tesla's FSD has been going on for the past couple of years. Within 3 months to get 2 new countries or 3 new countries, that is a really great achievement from the Tesla team or from the Tesla's FSD team, which shows that the scale is just kind of being exponential. So the more time you're gaining, the more fast it's becoming. And we can see here, Tesla's FSD supervised rides along in Europe to begin in Italy, France, and Germany, and now finally it is reaching Europe, guys. This is awesome. Tesla's FSD is now entering the 8th country, Europe. Actually, it's not just one country, it's 3 countries within this continent: Italy, France, and Germany. So now, as I was just saying, within the past 3 months, we had Australia, New Zealand, and now South Korea. That's just like last week, and now we're adding Italy, France, and Germany to this FSD. And once people try FSD, they will automatically change into Robotaxi when it is available. Of course, with their own cars, they would have FSDs, and then Robotaxi would enable a lot of revenue incomes, and we're going to talk about that. One of them is when you're subscribing to the FSD itself. Another is the Robotaxi ride-hailing part. So if we see these ride-hailing companies, so for example we have Uber. And as you can see here, the revenue over time from 2020 and all the way to 2025, you can see that the revenue is increasing significantly. The same goes for Lyft. That's the other company, the ride-hailing company within the US, the competitor of Uber. We can see that the revenue is also increasing at a nice scale. The same goes for DoorDash, where you have delivery of food and other stuff services. So that's another nice thing that Tesla's Robotaxi could potentially go into, which would expand its revenue, and at the same time it could also expand its gross profits and net margins. So that's a nice addition to Tesla's revenue and sources of income. Now I'd like to show you here this document. It is created by me. And since I've been following Tesla since 2018, or even actually before, we can see that Tesla has made a lot of announced plans for the Robotaxi, and I've compiled them here so that it's easier for you and for us to kind of monitor and see if they are doing the right track. So, so we know all that Elon Musk makes a lot of promises, and sometimes they don't deliver on it, as a lot of people say. But at the same time, he also makes very bold statements, and he actually delivers them. And people are just kind of focusing on the part where Elon Musk is not delivering on some of the promises, but we can also shed some light on the promises that are being met by Elon Musk and the team at Tesla. So in July 2025, at the 10th of July, we can see that Tesla said that they will expand the service area to a larger area in Austin this weekend, and that is around July 2025. And we've actually seen that they have successfully achieved that, doubling its size and now already becoming larger than Waymo. And we all know, guys, that Waymo has been operating its Robotaxi for a couple of years now. They have started the Robotaxi network prior to Tesla. Tesla started with full self-driving, but not the Robotaxi, right? But Waymo, it already charges people to kind of get into their car and deliver them like a taxi, like an Uber taxi, but using the Robotaxi service. Now, Tesla has already, within just 6 months, we know that Tesla has started its Robotaxi in June, July 2025. Within 6 months, Tesla's Robotaxi, the size that is, or the size of the area that is being covered has already become larger as compared to Waymo within just a couple of months. So that's really awesome progress seen by Tesla. But it's not just all the area that's being covered, but also the vehicle and the fleet number. So in July 2025, it also says that expansion into the Bay Area of San Francisco, and Musk said that waiting on regulatory approval, but probably within a month or two. That was in July 2025. But what happened is that at the end of July, Tesla was able to achieve that and expand into San Francisco area. So that's another promise that Tesla has made on, and Musk has really delivered on. Another one, we have Tesla's Robotaxi to expand to Arizona, Phoenix area. With all that has been done, they've said that in July 2025, and they expected it. A decision on the application is expected by the end of July. Tesla expressed interest in operating within the Phoenix area. However, they achieved that in November 2025, so just 2 to 3 months late. But nevertheless, they have achieved that, and the size of the fleet is increasing, and the area that is being covered is also increasing, which is really nice. We saw from Q2 2025 earnings call, Elon Musk has said, I guess next year, which is 2026, I'd say confidently next year, but I'm not sure when in the next year, confidently, people would be able to add or subtract their personally owned cars to Tesla fleet. So, if you own a Tesla car, you are able to, when you're sleeping or you're traveling, you're keeping your car in the US, you're keeping your car there, you can just keep it, ask it to go and join the Robotaxi fleet while you're traveling, while you're enjoying your time, while you're sleeping. Your Tesla car can make some money for you, which is nice. One thing to keep in mind is that we will have some criteria. Of course, not everybody would be eligible for that. Well, they'll have to decide for that, and then Tesla's Q3 2025 earnings call, Elon Musk has said that within a few months, so that was just last month, so in October 2025, in Q3 2025, Elon Musk said within few months, we expect to have no safety driver. That's what I was trying to say at the beginning of the video. No safety drivers at all, at least in parts of Austin, and the launch of FSD in 8 to 10 metro areas by year end. So that is within a month from now. So guys, I'd like to ask you, within a month from now, please come back to this video and show us which cities have been approved for the Robotaxi, and if Elon Musk has really delivered on his promise of no safety drivers by the end of this year. He said within a few months. So within a few months, this could be this could be a couple of months. So that was in October 2025. So maybe we can give him some time by the beginning of 2026. So maybe Jan or Feb, or maximum March 2026. We should have this no safety drivers, at least in parts of Austin, which would be nice. Another very interesting thing here is first FSD regulatory approval in Europe is expected in Q1 2026. That was per Tesla's shareholder meeting in 2025, November 6th. So that was just 3 weeks ago, and yet, despite that, guys, we see that Tesla's FSD supervised ride-alongs in Europe begins in Italy, France, and Germany, and that is really nice. They have actually delivered on their promise a couple of months earlier than what we have expected, and that's, you know, people on the media and analysts don't say that Elon Musk is making promises into 2026 and he's delivering on that prior to that. They just see the negative points where he's making promises and he's not delivering on them, but we can see this and a couple of examples that we've mentioned before that he is delivering even prior to that. So we can see available now in Italy, France, and Germany, and we can see that in this European country. Moreover, we have, as of November 6, 2025, per Tesla shareholder meeting, Robotaxi service next in Miami, Dallas, Phoenix, and Las Vegas, which is going to be very, very great. So per the 2025 annual shareholder meeting, in a month or two, i.e. December or Jan 2026, allowed to text and drive while on FSD, the full self-driving version, not the Robotaxi, guys. This is so huge. You're able to allow to text and drive, you know, because right now FSD is, you know, called kind of quote supervised. So you have to keep your eyes on the steering wheel while you're driving. But what we expect now within a couple of months, as Elon Musk has been saying in the Tesla annual shareholder meeting, that you're allowed to text and drive while on FSD. If this happens, this is going to be a major milestone for FSD and maybe likely to become very similar to Robotaxi by that time. And per the 2025, again, the same reference, partial approval for China FSD, and full approval is expected in February or March per the Chinese regulators, as I was saying at the beginning of the video. So that's another milestone, key milestone that we should be looking into. Now, here I'd like to show you also just a tweet from our friend here on Twitter or on the new platform, you know, X. So wow, Tesla revealed a lot more new info during the Tesla shareholder meeting presentation that he was expecting. So first of all, CyberCab production starting in April 2026, Tesla semi-design, Tesla might build chip fabrication facility, Robotaxi Miami, Dallas, Phoenix, and Las Vegas, as we were discussing. Tesla's lithium refinery Roadster unveiled in April 2026, first FSD regulatory approval in Q1 2026, and we got that as of right now already. That's awesome. So guys, these are just a few things you know, that we have really made on Tesla, and we can see Uber, DoorDash, and Lyft, as we've just seen their financials. You know, we can see that the revenue was going up, their profits, and also their net incomes and margins are all kind of, you know, improving over time. So this is going to be a really bullish for the Tesla company and for the Tesla stock. And let me know, guys, what do you think? Is Elon Musk able to deliver on his promises? Will we get more expansion by the end of 2025 or not? Please let me know your thoughts and see you on the next video.